archaeologists. I am the Johnstruct. Welcome to the proximity. I'm having a ghost trick phantom detective adventure. I'm going to press the continue button because otherwise there's stark silence. And I don't like sitting here in silence. It feels a bit weird. I'm going to try and adjust the camera just a little bit more there. It's not adjusting. It's refusing to adjust in a way that I would like to do that. Nope, now there's a bit of... You know what? Probably improved if I just move this slightly closer. It's fine. It's fine. Hello, by the way. We will start from chapter 12. Sure, why not? 12:25 a.m. It is a little bit earlier than that. It's 9:37. But we are late. It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jowd's daughter, Camilla, not the minister's daughter. Oh, that was a mistake. I will say... I should warn you, I have been drinking, let's say 4 units. I don't know how many units it is. I had a pint, a double shot. Well, not a double shot. I had 2 gins and another pint. Anyway, the reason I mention it is because sometimes I believe it's not a good idea to drink while streaming. I know for some people you can have like wild and oh my word, hilarious drunken streams, you know, that sort of thing. So there's 2 potential issues with drinking and streaming. One is that you come home and then you start talking about the night out and you're like, oh, I was talking to Derek and he has opinions on orange and I disagree with those opinions and I need to tell you. And then, you know, you don't want that. Who cares about Derek's opinions on oranges, right? And the other thing is it might just be like slow and boring. So if we get into that situation, I'm just gonna have to load from I'll delete the stream and load again and pretend it didn't happen. It's the only time I won't fake it, I'll say probably, but like I will disown the stream if I think it's bad. One thing I do want though is to adjust this green screen. It's been a few hours though. I got myself some fast food and watched YouTube for a few hours. And we are about an hour and a half late for the stream. I would like to start at 8, but I'm also like 2 weeks late on the stream, and I'm really annoyed that I keep missing Ghost Trick. So I just felt, look, we'll do it as a gimmick stream. It's fine. Anyway. If it's not up to par, that's the reason why. I'm sorry about that. Let's continue. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective lady. I told Lynn what I'd found out about the kidnapping, that it wasn't the Justice Minister's daughter who'd been abducted. And that they sensed my presence and were already gone. But Camilla, why did they have to... Why Camilla? Her father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister. I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for, a bit mean, if you ask me. Looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. Poor girl, kidnapped for the ransom for her own father's execution. It's just too much. See if I can get him in a comfy position. This is the first hatless streaming I've done in a while. Hopefully my hair has grown back sufficiently enough that I don't look incredibly silly. That's it. Now we can adjust the camera downwards again. It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. But there are other twists too. It's a twisted game, like the kidnappers winding up using Camilla's old house as their hideout. There's no way it could be just coincidence. And them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. I told you before, Detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister. It wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. Ah, Gug. How can I believe in you? I'm a realist. Please, if you don't believe what we say, just see for yourself and call home, and I tried calling 100 times. My wife won't answer. She won't? It's complicated. Well, why does life have to be such a complicated thing? But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean something's... That means everything's normal. It doesn't prove it. I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, if the execution isn't carried out tonight, the hostage will be killed. What difference does it make if it's not my daughter? Yeah, he's not wrong. Wowee, that's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Oh, it's this guy. Miss me, baby. Camera wasn't pointed at me, so you couldn't see me either. Those are the rules. Inspector Cabanella. I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. He bowed low. The skip prisoner has been apprehended. I thought you might like to see him, so here he is. Detective Jowd! Detective Jowd, I'm so sorry I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Lynn, please don't apologize to me. The beautiful love between a teacher and a student brings a tear to my eye. It's check time. You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cabanella, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. You're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd would never have done such a thing. Ha ha ha! Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing. Huh? I know two things to be true, two things only. One, he was given the death penalty. Two, he tried to escape. What else could I hold him? What else could I do but hold him in, baby? If that's the case, why did you bring him here? What do you ever mean? Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to the prison? Well, the prison's broken. I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment, isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons. So were all those rumors about you true? The only thing you care about is a spotless record. Is that more important than you saving a friend? I mean... Everybody has certain principles they can't let go back on, including me. You'll understand someday, baby. That's enough, Lynn. But Detective Jowd, I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But... my poor Emily, is she alright? See, the girl kidnapped was Camilla. Why is a dream talking in my head again? Wait a minute, Emily? Could that be the Emily next door? Yes, I think so. Why, I didn't think the Justice Minister lived next door. No, not me, my wife. It's complicated. Yes, I bet it would be pretty hard to admit she left him. The Minister's wife ran away on him. Maybe they grew apart. What about with him being so busy and all? Yeah, I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head. According to what I heard, Emily was supposed to go to some sort of lesson tonight. Those horrible kidnappers, they were lying in wait for her. But Emily didn't go out after all. She couldn't. She had a fever. So the kidnappers grabbed Camilla by mistake instead. Apparently Emily and Camilla are about the same age. Kidnappers must have gotten the two of them mixed up. Oh, sorry. Hello, Craig. Oh, no. Hello. Yeah, I know about WrestleMania, and I'm bloody furious. I am cartoonishly, obnoxiously with the internet on this. I haven't even seen it. I accidentally saw the result, and I was like, "What? No! Why would you do that?" I also know about Endeavour. I think it was in an Endeavour thread that I accidentally read the result. Hello, by the way. I will say, so I've actually watched the first few matches of WrestleMania on night one, because I read, oh yeah, it's actually been really good. It's been like arguably one of the most consistent nights of WrestleMania ever. And I was like, fine, I'll go and watch it then. I'll do the whole thing. It's been ages since I watched actual wrestling. And yeah, I think I just finished the Logan Paul match, and even that was pretty good, right? And then I read a thread, and it was just like, there were 3 matches on the night 2 that just had the wrong result. And then I read about Cody, and it's like, why would you do that? Why? And it feels like very much like a Triple H night 1 and a Vince night 2 thing. And I know it used to be Vince is WrestleMania, and like for SummerSlam they'd aim more at like more hardcore fans, but like I don't even understand. I don't understand why you would just keep. The only reason to keep it on Roman Reigns is because you've got The Rock. You want him to wrestle The Rock. That's the only reason. And you don't need a match. If you want The Rock for the numbers, then you're like, you're appealing to casual fans. You want the biggest numbers ever. Casual fans don't give a shit about the championship. They don't know what the match is. You could have just used the United States Championship, and it would have meant just as much to the casual fan. The only people who actually care about championship matches are the most. I don't know. Cody seemed to hit casual. I genuinely am astounded at the result. It seems like such a weird. Yeah. So I hope that's the results you're talking about. It's my fault. If I hadn't asked Camilla to do the errand for me, this never would have happened. I have been drinking, though. I was going to say, it's a bad idea to stream while drinking, because you might go on a weird rant. But, like, at least nothing about my co-workers, because that was just fine. It was just game of bowling. I'm bad at bowling. But bloody wrestling, I wasn't expecting the wrestling to come through. It seemed like a really obvious feel-good moment you could have had. That they randomly just... because I remember when John Cena would win everything, and it's like, oh, they just want the happy ending. You could always justify it with saying, well, they want the happy ending for WrestleMania, and whoever it is will win at Backlash. Because they do that. I think I've dropped the battery. I'll use this one instead. I've got a spare. I've always got 2. But like, well, you just have them challenge for other people. Like, surely Roman Reigns has beaten literally everyone in the company at this point. And you know, I get it. Cody's more valuable chasing, but I think also before the Sami Zayn thing, even the Roman Reigns thing was getting old. It's only Sami Zayn that kept the story interesting. I just don't understand how they had 2 genuine... They found themselves in a situation where they had 2 people that the crowd would have loved to have won. Not 1, but 2. And they were like, nah. And like... I get choosing one over the other, but choosing neither of them just seems like needless pedantry. Like, no, I wanted to be someone I chose. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be almost some shit. That's going to be The Rock, isn't it? It just makes me think of the most... I mean, obviously, Vince doesn't have any control anymore because 51% of the company belongs to UFC or some shit, but... Alright, you asked her to bring the music box. Camilla. I don't know who to dial. I mean, for me, probably, but like, fucking WWE loves white meat baby faces. It's like literally their favourite thing. Ah, what's going on? Camilla is the one who's kidnapped. Because you could have had him just lose to someone else. You could have had him lose to someone immediately. Bray Wyatt or some shit, right? I mean, just make a new villain. You just needed the big win on the big day because you have your big WrestleMania moment then. What's your big WrestleMania moment with him losing? Just everyone being flat. Camilla is the one who's kidnapped, but this little girl's bed is empty too. Where could she have gone? While her husband and daughter situation changes from hour to hour, only the lady's outpouring of words of love continues without change even. I have to admit I admire her dedication. But I'm worried about her daughter. I'll stop by again to see what's happening. Oh, hang on. I forgot to turn this on last time. I don't think I have any way of actually interacting. It's already sealed in silence. Tragedy 5 years ago, and tragedy tonight. Wonder where the little lady is now? If only I could put a smile on her face before the day dawns. But I won't find answers here. Better follow my own needs, which are... Where am I? Okay, this is the same line. Maybe to the park? Drink some tea. Nearly deserted, dimly lit park. Detective's back. Camilla! If I'd known the situation, this scene would look pretty suspicious. Well, I can do nothing. I don't actually know what the game wants me to do. A lesson. Lesson. Fever, so maybe a doctor? What was the errand for? Music box. We can't extend anywhere. Oh, we can. Oh, we can talk to you as well. So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. Here's something happened, about a kidnapping. Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? The carrying out of your execution tonight. Ha 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 ha! I've no idea, I so hate head. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die and it's all over. Very simple. It's not that simple. Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Camilla. What? Camilla? I checked it out for myself and I'm positive. No, it can't be! By the way, Camilla told me something interesting. They said the ones who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camilla herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him! I'm the one who shot her! I'm the one who shot Alma! When I'm executed tonight, that'll be the end of it. Camilla won't have to suffer anymore after... That's even worse. For capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. Your dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain this execution is going to ease is yours. Is it true what Camilla said? Why don't you tell us what you know? The murder 5 years ago. There is a game here, by the way. We just haven't got to it. To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's Alma's birthday. We came home from work when she went in first. Yeah, she was murdered by an accidental Rube Goldberg machine. A little bit of slowdown there. No. I looked for the shooter, but there was no one to be found. Nobody there besides Alma and Camilla, just the two of them. So the little lady died in front of her, right in front of her. The mother, even. Oh no, that's so horrible. Also, I should probably press... Well, the mother button doesn't work. Never mind, we're not pressing that then. It's so horrible. Camilla told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to do and made an impossible move. Oh, a ghost did it. A ghost. It was a ghost trick. House of the Dead. It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There's no other explanation. That's what I'd convinced everyone, even me. But tonight you showed up and gave me an explanation I never thought of before. What if a ghost did it? The powers of the dead, right? That day in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Ghosts! Ghosts did it! Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about those powers. Somebody there? Can you hear me? Sorry, I keep clunking this right in front of the microphone. I can sense your presence, you know. Try and get my head to work. Kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about those powers. There's no ordinary kidnapping. Looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective Jowd. There's still time before the dawn, a little anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? impossible move. Camilla was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands, and she was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there are two very strange points of that contraption. First was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right, that was an antique gun I'd had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the lady's original design. Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be a surprise for Mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of the Cupid. Cupid? Supposed to shoot the arrow without turning around. Somebody made the change to the contraption's design and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. What kind of adjustment? I put my fingerprints on everything. The gun, of course. The gun, eh? Come to think of it. There was no gun there, just a picture hanging on the wall. Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out of the frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption, but one thing was for certain, the gun was still smoking. So the gun really did shoot Alma. I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it? I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. What, you mean? And that detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box, huh? I got a different murder weapon ready to give to the police, my own pistol. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. Don't worry about it. It's not part of the plot. When I was all done, I turned myself in. Detective Chowd, is what you told us just now true? Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time. Still time? Time to solve the case that was started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective Chowd. And of course little Camilla didn't do it either. The two perpetrators are a ghost, and it's still out there. I'm going to prove it somehow, for Camilla's sake. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Detective Chowd. Lynn, where is that music box now? In Temsick Park. Camilla left it there. The gun is important evidence. You better go pick it up. That guy going, what are you talking about? You were having a second conversation just then. Yes, sir, I'll go right now. Not too superior. Sissel, take care of Detective Chowd. Do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side. Yet again, I say easy enough for you to say. No. What's going on? Tell me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate. Little change in plans. My daughter's been kidnapped, and I just can't go off and die without doing something. But you're in our custody. Don't forget. Back in the prison, everyone's waiting for you. A special seat just for you, baby. Now I guess we better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Camilla. More ways than one. And that's all there is to it. I see, my old friend. More ways than one. Because I am also psychic. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned? Or should we hold off, wait for this important evidence to come in? The order still stands! Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement! As you wish, Your Excellency. Please don't bow down to me! Especially not that low! It is a really low bow. A case. Can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind? Yes, sir. He brought his own chair with him. The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your skip tonight was brilliant. You showed me another miracle in these last few moments of yours, Mr. Death Road inmate. Glad to see Detective Jowd all fired up now, but I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynn does come through with Jowd's proof of Jowd's innocence, it'd be meaningless if Jowd or Camilla dies. Got to do something about the kidnapping somehow. Maybe I should ask some advice from a capable detective here. Most likely the minister won't stop the execution. Oh, hello, wife Mitsuki. Welcome back. Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who's kidnapped. But she isn't the one, I'm sure of it. Well, wouldn't it be great if we could prove that to the minister? Prove it how? Doubt his wife isn't ever going to answer that phone if we call from here. If we call from here, right? But the telephone works in both directions. What are you saying? What I'm saying is only family members can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost. Yes, I have to admit I don't like depending on others. But you're the only ones who can change the situation. Gee, detective. For those past 5 years, Camilla's the only thing that's kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me? I'll try. The key to getting the Justice Minister to stop the execution is his wife and daughter, but is there a way? Right. Ghost. Trick. Hopefully the apartment is in a better state. Just as I thought. The little girl is safe in her bed. Cough, cough. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, now kidnapping. This last link in the long chain of sad fate lit a fire in Child's heart. And the chance to turn it all around is right here in the room. Probably. I'm getting a strange premonition. A deadly premonition. Everything that happened so far tonight is related back to me in some way. And I bet this mistake-ridden abduction does too. There we go. Let's keep going to chapter 13.